Thank you very much, Honor Guard. Thank you very much, folks. Everybody get comfortable, have a seat. We're going to have a small ceremony, introduce a few people, but get comfortable, and we won't make this last too long. We'll have lunch. At this time, I want to introduce probably my best friend and the man that made this all possible, the most talented person in the world that has helped put me on the map, and everything you see of the Jeep in this Battle of the Bulge took Don Parrino 1.5 years to make this. He made the tank, he made the soldiers, he made everything. At this time, I would like to bring Don up, and I would appreciate a great round of applause for Don Parrino, folks.
I thought I would get a kiss out of him, but he moved away. I can't express myself right now after this emotional presentation that was given here today. It makes you proud that you're American. And I tell you, my uncle was supposed to be here today. He passed away, believe it or not. It was in World War II, 2 days ago. So my uncle Iggy Fashana, if you're out there, you're in our hearts. All of you people that fought in any war to protect us and give us our way of life. Because this nation will never buckle down to anyone that is opposed to our way of life. I believe that. And when I made this, there's a lot of nights where I was exhausted and I just did that. Thank you. I just want to say that this is what drives you on. This is what drives Russell on. We're like two kids. We never grew up. We're always interested and excited by what you do. And you're never tired when you do something that is part of your structure. I'm along for the ride. The talent takes me where it's going to take me, and that's all there is to it. The hard part in this thing was the Battle of the Bulge. Quickly, I'll tell you what it was. There was a bulge in our lines. It was the last part of the war. The Germans took a chance and got everybody they could put in and gave them a gun from 7 to 16. And they put tanks together, came through the forest. This is German, this is Belgium. They came through first, and within 1 week took over 8,000 of our men who were green. They put them up there figuring they would never come that way. And they had these huge tanks that weighed over 60 tons, Panzer Division tanks. There were Tiger tanks and Panther tanks. So this is a copy of a Panzer IV. It weighed about 27 tons. I'm sorry. And the thing is that they were stopped at Bastogne. And the reason for that was they couldn't get those heavy tanks into Bastogne because of the bridges were collapsing with these big tanks. So they had smaller tanks and half-tracks go in there. And those men fought them off for 4 days. And when they called them in, they said, "Do you want to surrender?" And that's the famous line that you now know. It's in the history books. The reply was American. And this is what he said: nuts. Nuts. Nobody tells us what to do, and that's it. He went back. And they tried to level that town. Well, Patton gave them enough time to get in there, and our planes got in there, and that was the end of that. So I tried to depict that. Somebody said, "Oh, don't tell me that those guys that were that close." They were that close. That battle was fought building to building, hand to hand. People died there. We lost quite a few men in the Battle of the Bulge. It lasted, people think it lasted a couple days, it lasted almost a month. And the Germans lost about 200,000 men in that time frame. So having said that, I would like to thank a couple of people that worked hard with me on this. The Buffalo Architectural Casting and Plastering, Leo and Gary, are you around? These figures are made in this way. I make something out of clay, they put rubber on it, they take the rubber off, they pour it into the rubber, poly resin. It's the glue that holds the fiberglass together. So that's how you can do that. It's pretty tough. And I'd like to thank Don Sengel for the great welder that I drove him nuts putting that tank together. And I would like to say thank you very much. If you want to ask any questions, I'm available for